Hey everyone, and welcome back to Gardening with Ben. Well, allotments aren't just about growing vegetables and fruit, they are also about growing flowers, as flowers bring the bees to the plot and to the garden, and they will help pollinate other things around the plot like your vegetables and your fruit. So planting flowers does encourage more wildlife to come to your plot to help pollinate, to give you more produce and lots more delights from your allotment. So we're going to show you around our plot and show you some of the flowers that we are growing down here. And it's currently July, end of July, so let's see what beautiful flowers we've got growing down at the allotment, and hopefully it gives you some inspiration to get growing flowers down in your allotment as well. So let's have a look around. So these are my hydrangeas that I've got growing on my allotment. As you can see, they're absolutely beautiful, but they're getting covered with bindweed, so we do need to trim that back. And yeah, look at the size of those heads on them. Now, these are absolutely gorgeous. This is the first year that they've flowered down on my allotment, so I'm really impressed with how well they've come out to say that they are getting inundated with the bindweed. But yeah, we won't be pruning these back until next year, because you leave them to die back and you don't prune them until the new buds start to come on them next year. So these are absolutely gorgeous, so hopefully in a few years time this plant will be a lot bigger and a lot more beautiful. We've also got lots and lots of fuchsias growing on our allotment, as I've always wanted fuchsias, so I've purchased absolutely loads this year and they're looking absolutely gorgeous. Hopefully they will take and they will grow well and spread out and fill the gaps in and make these look even more beautiful every single year. We've gone for the hardy varieties so that they survive the winter and we get beautiful flowers every year. We've also got quite a few climbing roses on our allotment, as these seem to do really well. We've got an archway over the entrance of my plot and I'm trying to train them up and keep them growing over, so every year we'll give them a little bit of a shape and a prune and grow them over this archway, and over a few years hopefully it'll be covered and we'll have lots and lots of roses growing all over it. And as you can see, they're doing pretty well, and I was told the other day that when you're pruning off the old dead heads, don't prune just that bud off, prune it back a bit and it'll help it flower even more and encourage it to shoot out and send more growth out. So that's something that I learned the other day. We've also got this lovely rose as well growing up this side, another climbing rose, and these are like open roses, so it's easy for the bees to get in, for them to pollinate and get the pollen that they need as well. This is one of my beautiful lilies that didn't get attacked by a lily beetle and has managed to survive and grow. As you can see, it's starting to wither off a bit now, but it has been absolutely gorgeous and it smelled beautiful down here. And that will grow back year after year as well. So a well worth investment for a great flowering show down at the plot every single year. But yeah, look at it, absolutely gorgeous. Down this side we've also got some bedding plants, but as you can see the bindweed again is taking over, but they're filling out and spreading and looking nice. Now these will only grow once this year, but the geraniums we can pot up and put in the greenhouse and they'll come back next year as well. So geraniums are a good investment where they'll come back year after year if you put them somewhere warm over winter. We've also got some lavender growing here that's just starting to die off a bit. But yeah, again, lavender, it'll bush out, it'll fill the gaps, it smells gorgeous, and you can always harvest it as well. We've also got this pink lily, which is just coming out, looking absolutely fantastic. Smells beautiful. Again, watch the pollen, as obviously it stains. But yeah, this will come back year after year and flower and look absolutely gorgeous every single year. Now this flower bed is a new investment this year. When I did the front of my shed up, I rebuilt all the front of the entrance of the shed and I rebuilt all this new flower bed. Springtime we had tulips, hyacinths, alliums. It looked absolutely gorgeous and I wanted to carry that on through the summertime. So I've planted absolutely loads in this area And as you can see, we've got loads again of fuchsias. These ones are doing better, they're more in the sunlight and they get water better, and they're looking absolutely gorgeous and filling out really well. So next year they should look absolutely phenomenal. Fingers crossed they survive the winter. They should do. They're hardy varieties, so they'll come back year after year. We've also purchased some bush varieties of fuchsias, so they'll spread out, fill it up and fill all the gaps in, and hopefully have lots of flowers come year after year. Now these were only tiny little shoots when I purchased them from BBC Gardeners World, if you remember, if you saw in the previous videos, and they've really grown really fast. So hopefully give it a few years and they'll be absolutely phenomenal down this back. We planted them towards the back of the beds so that we can still get flowers in the front, so hopefully they'll look absolutely gorgeous. We've also got some salvias. We bought these from BBC Gardeners World again. Absolutely gorgeous, look at them. In flower, looking fantastic, growing really, really well and coming out brilliantly. We've got another salvia here. Again, growing really well, took well to the garden, and hopefully over the years it'll look fantastic. We'll keep trying to take some cuttings off as well to encourage more and more plants to grow down here, as these look absolutely phenomenal. Again, loads and loads of fuchsias, absolutely gorgeous varieties of fuchsias, filling up well and filling in the gaps. We've got some geraniums again hidden in this area, so we'll dig them up in the winter time and look after them in the shed and replant them next year. The begonias, they won't come back next year, they'll die off over the winter, but yeah, they'll still look nice in the summertime because look, they look absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful flowers, red ones, white ones, pink ones, absolutely gorgeous. We've also got another salvia here. This is a nice pink one, Belle de Loire, absolutely gorgeous. Look at the colours on this one, fantastic. This is another flower bed. We've got some cosmos growing in this area which grew from seed, so I'm pleased with how well these have grown. They've grown absolutely well. We've got loads of buds coming on them, looking fantastic, but the flowers look absolutely beautiful. Got all different colours. We had some poppies growing, but we've taken the heads off them as we're going to save the seeds for next year, so that we get more seeds growing every single year and they'll look absolutely fantastic. We've got a poppy what's about to come out as well. These are purple variety of poppies and they look absolutely gorgeous. Sweet peas, another favourite of people's gardens because they absolutely smell gorgeous, and the more that you pick them, the more they'll keep flowering. If you don't pick the flowers, they'll soon turn to seed and then they'll stop flowering because they think it's the end of the season. So the more you keep picking the flowers, the more flowers will keep growing and you'll get some great rewards from them. So we need to pick those flowers and take them home and put them in a vase, and I can smell them from here. They smell absolutely gorgeous. A great addition to any garden that you grow in. Sunflowers, another great addition to any garden because you get absolutely gorgeous heads on them. They look absolutely beautiful and you get loads of seeds from them, so you can either roast them and eat them, or you can give them to the birds to eat, or you can save the seeds to grow next year, saving you more money. But yeah, we've got lots of sunflowers. The heads are about to come out on them. This one's got quite a few heads growing on this one, so hopefully that one's going to look absolutely fantastic. And also what you can do when they die off is save the stalks and use them as canes because they turn rock hard and they're great supports as well, so come in handy for growing beans up and use it as a frame. Calendula, another great flower. It spreads like weeds, so if you don't want them to grow everywhere, don't plant them, but I don't mind them. They look absolutely gorgeous. They'll grow everywhere. They'll send all the seed pods out at the end of the year and they'll start growing more flowers year after year. So yeah, absolutely great. And I believe you can have them in salads. So I've never tried them in salads, but if you want to give it a try, have a look online and see what you can use them in to eat. So that has been a tour of all my flowers that I'm growing down here at the allotment. As you can tell, absolutely fantastic, adds a lot of colour to the garden as well, attracts the bees, attracts the butterflies, attracts the wildlife, and some of the smells that you get from some of the flowers are phenomenal as well. So I encourage you all to grow some flowers down at your allotment garden and make the most of all the space that you've got, and yeah, make it look beautiful and not just bland green vegetables. Have some nice colour down there as well. So if you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to stay up to date with all our videos. Check out some of our other videos as well on our blogs. Give it a like, leave a comment, let me know what flowers you're growing on your allotment and in the garden. Until next time, remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben, everyone.